My name is Kevin Beauregard. I'm the founder and CEO of Ox Labs. I'm going to talk to you guys about if you screw up, it's on you. Avoiding the blockchain fear factor with user education. We've already seen me, so we'll keep going. Stop me if you've heard this before. Just download this browser extension. Make sure you have some Ethereum. If you don't, download Coinbase, buy some, wait some period of time. Now buy an NFT. And by the way, there might be a hidden fee you didn't understand every time you do something. There are way too many places for us to lose users. And this is an industry that's on the cusp. Everybody here is building something, and a lot of these things have massive potential. But this is an industry that can lose users it doesn't even know it has. People are used to not taking responsibility, right? If I have a credit card, and this is something the entire blockchain industry struggles with. If my credit card is stolen, I can call the issuer and they'll fix it. I don't have to take responsibility for the fact that I just lost my money. If I lose my private key, if I didn't protect it, if I didn't back it up, it's gone, right? This is something that people are scared of. They're fundamentally scared. If you screw up, it's on you. If you send assets to the wrong place, there's no way to get it back. If you didn't back up your wallet properly, it's gone. Teaching people about this space, this is the spot where they fall off, where they don't become an NFT user. For mass adoption to happen, that has to be the user story that everybody is building for. We have to teach our users, right? This is something that everybody in this room, everybody who cares about this space has to solve together, because all it takes is a single bad experience for us to lose a user, right? If somebody comes to a marketplace and they see an asset that doesn't look good, right? Maybe the image is pixelated or something. That user may be gone before that brand ever had a chance to touch that customer, right? If they had a bad experience with crypto in the run-up in 2017, getting that user to use your application that uses NFTs is going to be 10 times as hard, right? Bringing in new users is the biggest problem that this space has to solve. And while not all users will use every application, right? Again, a bad experience with one could prevent them from using any. The best way for us to solve this problem is to make our users think it's their idea, right? It's the gaming progression that game developers have known about for a long time, but it's incentivize them to learn about blockchain tech, incentivize them to learn that their asset is an NFT, right? Take a centralized to decentralized approach. We all agree and love the idea of decentralization, but the one thing that decentralization requires is education. You have to have an educated group of users that understand and care and are passionate about that topic. And a lot of people today have touched on the idea of community, right? Communities educate each other, and we need to incentivize that properly as creators, right? As a creator, give a user the ability to take the free-to-play approach, right? Fortnite did it incredibly well, or Epic Games did it incredibly well, where they let people in the door, get them addicted, and incentivize them to keep spending money and keep playing. It's the same thing with this industry, except when you get them in the door, we have to teach them, right? We have to say, look, not only is this asset an asset within a game that you're playing, or useful in this particular way, or collectible in this particular way, this is also a fully owned and transparent asset that is provably scarce, and you can trade it on open markets, right? That changes fundamentally, their perception of that, and we want them to learn about that asset and also understand the risks that come with that true ownership and come with I have to download a wallet, or I have to protect my private key and back things up and use things in a proper way. We need to incentivize them to learn. We also have to design for open economies, right? Games have failed. I talked about this a little bit earlier on a panel, but games struggle to build open economies because you're adding in a degree of variance where you don't have complete user control. And everything we're doing with NFTs involves that additional component. People want to trade these things on secondary markets. That's one of the best benefits of something being a non-fungible token. But if, as a game designer, you choose to ignore that fact and you don't balance that component, then your game is going to struggle because people are going to be more excited about trading the assets than about playing your game, and that's the wrong way to look at things. You have to recognize that users are going to do that and plan for it. This is an easy one, and I think a number of people have talked about this today, but content is king, right? We have to build really, really good experience to build the top of that funnel and to create that incentivization for users to learn, right? And then as you've built great content, also build in that incentivization for a user to take their assets and go and trade them, right? Maybe that looks like, an asset that gains new abilities when it's traded on a secondary market. We can track that. It's on a blockchain, right? These things are programmable, right? Building compelling reasons for people to go and say, I want to understand how this thing works so that I can take ownership of it and then benefit from it. That's how we get the next 100,000, 100 million users into the NFT space. My company's building a game called Sky League. It's a simulation sports game. It's designed to bridge that user gap. We're going after the mass adoption. We're looking for the people that aren't in the space today. And really that's by grounding ourselves in something that people understand, which is sports, and adding in all of those components and those incentivization mechanisms so that people want to participate in these economies that we're building. You can check it out at skyleague.gg. We'll be releasing a trailer within the next couple days, and the game's coming out in about 3 months. They got time for questions. Over here.
Yeah, hi, thanks for that. So then in the marketing of Sky League,
Mm-hmm.
do you mention blockchain? Is that something?
We absolutely mention it, but at the end of the day, we do want people to learn about why the blockchain piece is important, and obviously, our team's expertise is in building for blockchain. So not mentioning it, we would be, failing ourselves. But that being said, you want to educate people, and you want to give them just enough where they come back and learn more. Any other questions? All right. Thank you very much.
Will the players in Sky League be NBA players?
They will not be NBA players. The question was, will the players be NBA players? No, each one is generated based on a statistical model, and they're all 100% unique. There's no commonality between them. Awesome. Thank you very much.